Welcome all to a breezy day in Bridgeview, Illinois. SeatGeek Stadium is the place as the MLS Next Pro season swings through its second act. It's match week 18, and it's a pair of sides that are on the up and have something to settle today. Both New England Revolution 2 and Chicago Fire 2 step into the arena with their heads held high, both playing, as well as they have all season long. Only one loss shared between these two in their last 14 games combined. As for the home side, it is the best run of results they have ever enjoyed. Chicago Fire 2, 9 games on the skip, unbeaten in regular time. Howdy folks, I'm Peyton Gallagher. This will be an exciting one today, and for the home team and their manager, Mike Matkovich, this will be the starting 11. A 4-3-3 is the chosen formation. You will notice no Jason Shukaluk, having scored his last time out, and in 2 of the last 3, unable to contribute here today, dealing with a bit of a knock, and that is a common thread for Fire 2, a heavily rotated side. Rarely will you ever see them take the field without Diego Konings, their captain. That will be the case today as Olu Oyegunle will step into the middle of that back four, joined by Chase Nagel, to try and provide some solidity in front of Patrick Stenyi, the goalkeeper of choice today. Both he and Patrick Los, the 1 and 2, off to college in the near future. As for the visitors, New England Revolution 2, a 4-2-3-1 is the selected formation from Richie Williams as they start out today. It is at the front end, Liam Butts, the tip of the spear that's provided much of the goal-scoring punch this year, having gotten 5 on the season, but it's been some time since he found the back of the net. Hopefully for the Revs, that can change today. In behind him, Marcos Diaz, one of the chief creators in this league, will stir things up in that department, trying to set up his teammates and get Revolution 2 out of this one with a result. As we look to the field, the live pictures unfolding here in Chicago. Two sides that are buoyant in this stretch of the season, both above the playoff line and looking to pocket more points, build that platform to maybe chase a home playoff game in the Eastern Conference. Not many teams have had success in this venue this season. Chicago Fire 2 having taken victory in 5 of the 7 contests that they've played on their home grounds. Revs 2 in the midst of a long road stretch. They've been on a journey in recent weeks as well. Of the last 5 games, 4 of them have been on the road. That coincides with that uptick in their results. So the Revs have been road warriors, and they will test their mettle again against one of the league's hottest teams. Deshaun Beard is the center official. He will commence proceedings here today in Bridgeview. Once more for our entire MLS Next Pro team, happy to have you along for the adventure. Pair of sides brimming with serious confidence as they step to one another. All time, it has been dead even between these two. 8 prior playings, both sides have taken victory twice. There have been 4 draws settled in penalties. Maybe a bit of a wishbone contest, if you will, is up and underway here in the Windy City. Chicago Fire 2 and New England Revolution 2 is on the docket, as this could be a costly giveaway straight away. Early goals have been a theme in this contest, and it will be a theme again today. Flashed home. Cristiano Oliveira strikes not a minute in. Last these two got together, there was a goal inside the first 5 minutes. That's been the case in the last 2 playings, and now it's 3 in a row. That might be the fastest goal you see at any level this season, and it is an understatement to call it a soaring start. That is a dart of a strike, and Oliveira lifts his sight ahead, not 60 seconds in. New England up and running. Chicago shell-struck right away.
35, Cristiano Oliveira in the first minute. New England Revolution 2 goal, 35, Cristiano.
Chicago Fire, too, have fallen behind several times in this unbeaten run. But this will be a serious test of their resolve without some key players in the team. It should also be noted that Claudio Cassano, who's been one of the league's brightest attacking players, not really in a position here to don the cape, not in the squad today for Chicago Fire 2, as that's a harsh collision building from the back, and Deshaun Beard is called into action straight away. Just a warning. Here's a look back as you see the aggression in the press. It's been a hallmark for this Revs 2 side. It was Malcolm Fry who threw himself in, and play resumes. That is now the fourth time. More on that in a moment. Shots fired wide. It nearly was a second goal inside the first 3 minutes of play. Agyemang was the one who found himself free and behind after the high winning of the ball. I was about to say that Chicago, as Agyemang pulses that one, a little bit of a loose finish, didn't get his foot around it. Chicago have now conceded inside the first 5 minutes in 4 of the last 8 games. And as mentioned previous, that included the previous playing of this exact fixture against New England in this exact venue. Now on that day, play had to subside. Inclement weather forced it to be continued the day after. Both coaches said that really allowed Chicago to get back into a game that they were being dominated in. Finishing on the day 2-2. New England's able to prevail in the shootout. A searching ball in behind. Onto it is Dean Bolts. Just couldn't quite get out of second gear. So all that is to underscore that Fire 2 will not be uncomfortable in the precarious situation that they fashioned for themselves straight away. If you're just now joining us, Cristiano Oliveira has scored the point of separation not 45 seconds in. A fizzing strike that cut the lawn on its way to the bottom corner. Nothing that goalkeeper Patrick Stenier really could do about it. We told you it would be a good one. It is off to a blinding start. Brought it out of play for a throw. Wonder how much New England might absorb some pressure here in the next 5 minutes, see if they can't leak out and get a counterattack goal to make it 2. This New England Revolution bunch that finished last year in the cellar of the Eastern Conference in last place, so improved this season, especially on the defensive end, where they've cut their goals conceded per game by a factor effectively of half. We're up towards 2.8 per contest in 2024. That defensive resolve will be the bedrock in defending the advantage that they've now earned. Demario McIntosh set for the throw. This is a bit sticky with the ball, but calm under pressure with Sam Williams, but now it's been given away again. Marcos Diaz. Agyemang on approach into the box. It sticks up. It's 2. Malcolm Fry. He's got a habit for it. 3 goals in the last 4 games for him. And it's a combo punch from New England Revolution. Agyemang puts a leash to it with the first touch. It takes a touch on the way through, in fact. And the first to arrive on the scene was Malcolm Fry to pick up the pieces. Deflection coming just off the back heel of Trip Fleming. And with all the context of how Chicago Fire 2 have been able to weather storms and get back into games after conceding early, this feels a little bit different.
New England Revolution, 2 goals.
The deficit is 2. And New England Revolution 2 means serious business.
2 goals, number 32, Malcolm Fry.
Trip Fleming, that whole move starting from a giveaway in the midfield. Revs 2 have been one of the better pressing teams in the league. It's because of their discipline and shape. When you think of pressing, you think of a side that will get up and get in your face as this one is ushered away. Revs 2 do it a little bit differently. They'll sit in a mid-block and pick and choose their places, setting traps. That proves a pertinent way of play, leading into that second goal. Running the show as always, Marcos Diaz, dispossessed here though. Chicago just need a second to get their wits, a chance to put their foot on the ball. Peter Soudan spotted. Dylan Borsell. And Revs 2 back off into that mid-block. Once more cut down on that far flank, it was Kanyane. Foul called against Demario McIntosh. New England Revolution 2 have committed the 3rd fewest fouls in Next Pro this year at 152, but already a couple early calls on them. Chicago Fire 2, a short passing persuasion, trying to build some rhythm momentum. Down by Osorio, slipped wide for Peter Soudan. No way to go forward. Trip Fleming. And Soudan spots the infield runner. Dylan Borsell. And Soudan drives into the box. He's cut down. It's a penalty. A twisting and turning affair takes another tilt. Chicago a chance to draw one back from 12 yards. Deshaun Beard steps in and levels an important ruling. As Peter Soudan had gotten away, a clear shove in the back. Gavork Agyemang, who set up the goal to make it 2-1, has given away a chance, I should say, to make it 2-0. But he's given away the chance to get it to 2-1 for Chicago. J.D. Gunn is the goalkeeper for New England Revolution. All 6'5" of him just coming back into the side after playing in the Gold Cup for Panama. Only a second appearance after that competition concluded. Chicago Fire a chance to halve this deficit. Up to it with confidence. And it's an easy take from Dylan Borsell, who continues his goal-scoring ways, 3 on the season, finding his footing on the front end. And just like that, the most recent tally of New England Revolution is erased. Here's how it all started. Borsell linking up Peter Soudan. Gavork Agyemang, a little bit too stiff in the challenge, and then Borsell swiftly punishes, plastering one right down the center. At this rate, this game will likely reach double digits in terms of goals.
Chicago Fire 2 goals scored by number.
There was a goal inside the first 45 seconds of play. It was compounded not 5 minutes later by New England. Able to scrape one back there. Dylan Borsell for Chicago from the penalty spot. El Osorio is tying his shoe as play continues. Down a man for the time being. Chicago Fire. So Osorio back to his feet now. Borsell screeching in behind as the ball trickles out of touch. That was such an important goal for Chicago. Certainly will make the task feel not nearly as tall. Agyemang. Settling first touch. Navigating through tight confines. New England Revolution 2. Got to go somewhere with it. Dahlin back to the goalkeeper, J.D. Gunn. Fire 2 extending to meet the ball at the back. McIntosh. Pressure nearly bursting pipes. Swept away, avoiding the corner kick. It will be a throw-in. Cristiano Oliveira there with the cover, the man who made it 1-0. Trip Fleming, or rather that's actually Tali Huliot, who can't retain possession. Agyemang loses his footing for a moment, but now gets in gear. Gabe Dahlin. Chicago Fire 2 committing a lot of bodies, narrowing that defensive shape, making it tough to access that middle portion of the park. There is space on the flanks though, and Revs 2 will explore it. Agyemang cutting in on the right, saved away by Stenyi, and slashed down a play for nothing more than a goal kick. Fire in the eyes of Gavork Agyemang, who maneuvered into shooting position. It was a jitterbug-like switching of pace as he ducked inside of Peter Sudan. Once more, a player for New England has lost his footing, could be costly. Gabe Dahlin has the reading. Oh, that's magnificent from him, but the ball found itself out over the line. This portion of the match is brought to you by Carvana. And it has been in full drive, 100 miles per hour between Chicago Fire 2 and Revs 2 in the first quarter hour. Dahlin once more called into action. Confident enough to drive the ball back to J.D. Gunn. Picks out a man in the mid-park. Unable to put much to it, though, as Liam Butts. Agyemang. The 1-2 does not stick for New England Revs. Will be a throw-in. Osorio. Ball just velcroed to him. Gunlay. Kanyane. And this is much more like it for Chicago Fire 2. They'll involve these lower-lying midfielders, let them knock it about so they can set up overloads a little bit further up the field. Sudan. Nagel. Oyegunle. And it's the simple stuff right now for the home side. New England Revolution 2 will not step out of line. Very disciplined in terms of when they go and when they press. That was something that Mike Matkovich was certainly exclamatory about. His praise for how this Revs 2 bunch defends. For the time being, though, it's Fire 2 on the front foot. Huliet and Osorio. Into the box for Dean Bolts. And Osorio with it back. Can't get the better of Gabe Dolan. But not all the way clear. A tidy turn to retain possession from Vitaly Hulyat. Dylan Porcel and Sudan, this combination created the penalty kick. Fire 2 will move it to the other side in this instance, though. Bit of a blind ball in behind from Agyemang. And the flag has popped up. Looks like Dean Bolts had maybe gained the extra step from the start of that. Fanning wide to Mario McIntosh and Oliveira. Undaunted in the face of the press. New England Revolution 2. They've earned themselves a little bit more freedom on the ball. And Chicago Fire 2 back off. Heavy first touch. Revs 2 able to retain. Butts. Marcos Diaz. Dangerous ideas in his mind. Shifting in on the left foot, it's Fry. And Oliveira. And Eric Klein. A strong dribble into the center. McIntosh couldn't pick the lock with his cross. It's a throw-in for Chicago. The best attacking moment we've seen really since the goal to make it 2 from New England. Had that good chance from Diarbion, but that came on the break. That's risky. It's a free ball in the box. Diarbion trying to settle. Stenyi will reach it ahead of him. And some tangle there at the end. Not quite sure what the idea was, playing that high ball into the area. Thankfully, both players in that mad dash are able to keep on. That is a defender's worst nightmare, to see one coming in like that. Especially in a moment of friendly fire. Looked like Osorio was the one who didn't quite have the right idea in that moment. As play has resumed. It's a fantastic touch to take it out of the air. Once more though, bit of a listless pass that allows Diarbion to apply some pressure. Diaz. Left it behind Butts. Fire 2 unable to get out. Gabe Dolan. Diarbion turning away from Sudan. Contested by 2, and that forces the giveaway. Trip Fleming can't take it under his spell. It's a throw-in for New England. McIntosh. Now with Malcolm Fry. There's always going to be a tall order asking him to split 2 defenders. It's a throw-in to come. 3 goals in the first 10 minutes. It's slowed a little bit. Revs 2 in the ascendant position as they approach goal. away from Butts. Stenyi clearing. Twisting away is Kanyani. His pass intercepted. Gabe Dolan almost taunting the oncoming defenders with his calm on the ball. Oliveira, it takes some time to arrive at the feet of the fullback, but just clattered back to the goalkeeper Gunn. Ezron Berry was the one who was nearly caught out there. On the 1-2, trying to turn and burn was Diarbian, chased down well by Peter Sudan. Back to goal from Liam Butts. And crashed away by Stenyi. Much more control in recent moments from New England Revolution too. Fire 2 have not been able to get out from their own end in quite some time. Dolan. Dropping in for a touch, it's Fry. And still it's Malcolm Fry. Diarbian. Target in sights, onto his left, gets in the cross. It's a fizzing shot across the bow. Diarbian showing his fangs again. Malcolm Fry. This is well worked, turning free. The ball comes and Stenyi cuts it off at the near stick. Eric Klein making the second man run in from deep, almost opened it up once more. Two warning shots fired in quick succession from New England Revolution 2. If you're just now getting up to pace, it was a quick goal from Cristiano Oliveira that made it 1-0, followed in by a compounding strike from Malcolm Fry. That happened in the 7th minute of play. Just inside the 10th, a penalty converted by Dylan Borsell brought Chicago Fire 2 back into the game. And that's where we sit now. Finding some freedom on the far flank. Huliut, his cross is blocked. Held to Soriel and Sam Williams, and into the channel. Some good work with the ball. The cross clawed away at the penalty spot. Sudan making the infield run. Step for step was the center back Dolan. There was a little shove there, and that does get the attention of the center official. Deshaun Beard has done a good job today allowing this game to breathe and only involving himself when he absolutely has to. That was one of those instances, and it will be a free kick. In by Osorio, carries on! What a hit that is! Level from 2-0 down to 2-2. Olu Oyagunle, his first goal for Chicago Fire 2. And it singed the side netting. Struck with searing conviction. It is a crazy game taking place here at SeatGeek Stadium. Four goals inside the first half hour of play. And from nothing, Chicago Fire 2 have risen from the ashes of their own making to draw even, making short work of a hefty ask.
In the 27th minute, assisted by number 45, Harold Osorio. Chicago Fire 2 goals, 43, Olagunle.
Agyemang.
45, Harold Osorio in the 27th minute.
All the wind in the sails of Fire 2 as they maneuver into the attack once more. Dylan Bourcel. Changing of the point now. Kanyane. Sam Williams, Fire 2 at their best when that midfield three can involve themselves. That spurred on that recent goal. They play with such a nice geometry, such a nice feel for one another. Now it's Sam Williams. That was actually Trip Fleming. This is Harold Osorio. Rolls away from Bourcel, who spots Sudan wide. Sudan in on the left foot, a curving effort. It's nearly a bodacious ball in. It is kept by Fire 2 though. Dean Bolts. Osorio wriggling onto the right foot and rifling wide. That was well struck. The placement just a little bit lacking. Plenty of anxiety as that ball exited the laces of Harold Osorio. Another player that saw himself in the midst of that Gold Cup competition on the international stage with El Salvador. Started all three of those group games for the Salvadoran side. Agyemang. Once more the cat amongst the pigeons. Man in the middle is Liam Butts. Agyemang. His cross is smashed away by Olagunle, who was not going to give up his moment in the sunshine playing hero, leveling it 2-2 quite so easily. This portion of the match is brought to you by Wintrust. As you see, the wind blowing a bit, flattening that flag out on the near side corner. Stirring in the area. It's a routine short effort. The second entry is blocked out. A counter might be emerging for Chicago Fire 2. Dylan Bourcel swivels infield and awaits the cavalry to arrive. Peter Sudan. The wide man is Huljutz. It flows to him. Huljutz gets by Barry. His cross arcs high. Kanyane. And Sam Williams. Heartbeat settles a bit now with New England behind the ball. 2 goals unanswered by Chicago Fire 2. They've been so lethal on set pieces. It proves a important point once more as the ball was delivered in by Harold Osorio and stabbed home. Another searching ball in behind. It's not all the way clear. Down by Osorio. All the way wide. Kanyane. His cross lands at the feet of Sudan, who can't get purchase of it. It's nothing but a nearly moment from Chicago Fire 2, but the threat is posed again. Olagunle. Much more like it, as stated previous, from Chicago Fire 2. with the ball under their spell. Sudan steaming ahead is Borso. Dylan Borso angling in. Osorio was calling for it in that zone 14 area. Never got there. Oyagunle a little bit casual placing his pass, but has gotten it back. And in fact, a foul has been called against Kanyane. Oyagunle stepping in and deputizing Diego Konix at the back today. For the most part, it's been a positive performance from him. Now Fire 2 do engage the ball. Exactly what Revolution 2 would have wanted as they work it out. Liam Butts. Dull in. Since the oncoming attacking player, he has been so good with the baton in his hand today. Marco Diaz. 5 assists for him on the season to go with 4 goals, but that will not earn him another. Run was far from the mark as that was played in. Stenye. In the center, Oliveira. Diarbian getting free. Diarbian! Darting wide. It was shaped like a shot. It may have been a cross. Oliveira. All he needed to do was really scrape the studs alongst it. Just misses out though. He was onside. What a performance we're seeing from Gavor Diarbian though. Already assisting 1 today. Had an assist in the last meeting against Chicago Fire too. Team's leader in successful dribbles, and you see his potential as a soloist, taking on wide defenders. As Liam Butts takes the ball into possession. Foul is given. Looks like Harold Osorio was the one who got a little bit too physical. Marco Diaz is down. Not sure if it was the initial tackle on Butts. No advantage coming from it. It looks like the referee pointed to the point in which Osorio made the contact, and that does appear to be the case. England a chance to restore the lead. 10 minutes from the end of the first half. In from Diaz. And well overcooked. The ball goes skidding away. Claimed by Barry. Eric Klein. Oliveira. Klein again. Chicago Fire 2. Not doing anything to encourage their opponent forward, and now they pounce. They go straight away and behind. You have to admire the spontaneity from Harold Osorio. Couldn't make that ball stick. Turning free of any danger. Malcolm Fry as it's moved into Diarbian. Barry. Flicked on in between the lines by Diaz. It's a legal play from Barry. Oliveira and Agyemang. Cleared for the time being. Klein spotting McIntosh. First touch lets him down a bit. Demario McIntosh throws in a cross. It's thundered home. Liam Butts belts one into the roof of the net and makes it 3-2. Revolution 2 back on top. 5 goals in the first half. The 6th of the year for Liam Butts, but it all starts from this blinding run from Demario McIntosh, who plays provider. Steny left without a chance to make an intervention. And Chicago, who found themselves right back in the contest, must play pursuing again. What a crazy game.
New England Revolution, 2 goals. Scoreboard number 9,
Liam Butts surpasses his goal total from a year ago. Also 5 that season, now with 6 in 2025.
Revolution, 2 goals. By number 9, Liam Butts. Assisted by McIntosh. In the 37th minute.
Osorio. A tap dance at the touchline. It falls to the feet of Oliveira. Hit ahead, Agyemang waiting on the overlapping run and nearly runs into him as Barry was on his horse. Cape Dillon. Just skids beneath the foot of Oliveira. A slow developing break. And they run out of road. Chicago Fire 2. Fleming crowded off the ball. Oliveira growing much more involved in that pivot position. New England Revolution 2. And Barry, Diaz, and Oliveira. Such clean work. Liam Butts. Marco Diaz. Incline. He's inclined to play one into Liam Butts, who has stayed onside. Agyemang gets away from Marco Diaz. Shifting through the press, Chicago Fire 2. This portion of the match is brought to you by Hyundai. Trip Fleming. A flare shot of a pass in behind, never meets its mark. Agyemang. Dolan. Strong header from Oyegunle. And nodded out of touch for a throw. Klein spotting Agyemang in behind. It rainbows into his feet. Once more he harasses Peter Soudan. Back in. Agyemang scanning the scene. This is Eric Klein. Sniffed out by Fleming, and now with Dylan Borsell. Oh, that's great from Kanyane. But he's had possession pinched back by his fellow fullback, Mario McIntosh. Once more, fanned wide for Diarbian, who backs off Sudan. Diarbian taking ground, taking aim, and taken in by the goalkeeper, Stenyi. About to head off to college, Patrick Stenyi, as well as Patrick Los, the #1 and #2 goalkeeper for Chicago Fire 2. Both so good for this program and steady over the last couple of years. They will be big shoes and gloves to fill. Sam Williams. It's also the case for Peter Sudan. He's about to head off to college in the near future. Trip Fleming. Harold Osorio dropping in for a touch and driving one well behind its intended target. Kenny Kanyane. Just waiting on the board to be calculated and to go up now. Really at the end of an absolute thrill show of a first half here in Chicago. Nearly snatched away by Chicago Fire 2. Klein did well to keep hold. And Barry. Room at the edges of this defensive structure of Chicago Fire 2. Dahlin. Klein once more setting the tempo and spotting Marco Diaz. A bright imagination, but the ball not so bright in Sudan. Will pick up the pieces, cleared away by Agyemang. Road teams have not had a lot of success down the years in this clash of teams. In the 12 prior engagements, or I should say 8, the road side has only come away with more points on one occasion. That was the most recent in this venue, as Revs 2 won the shootout. Looking for much more here. McIntosh, his cross just slightly overlifted. It was that partnership again that got the third goal. Then nearly pocketed a fourth as Liam Butts just narrowly misses out. McIntosh with a clever run to get into the inside shoulder, the blind spot of the covering center back, Agyemang. And had he been able to keep the cross down by a couple of inches, it's 4-2 heading into the break.
The referee.
2 minutes of stoppage time.
2 minutes will be added to the first half. 2 minutes of stoppage time.
With how this one has gone, it would be more than enough for Chicago Fire 2 to find that moment of inspiration and get it level. Changing that team talk in the dressing room. Kanyane. Holyutes can't tame with the first touch, and he was offside anyway. Richie Williams has to be so pleased with how his side have played in this first frame of action. Maybe not so much with losing grip of the lead that they obtained inside the first 6 minutes, going up 2-0. But taking the best punch that Chicago Fire 2 could offer and hitting right back to make it 3-2 again after being pegged back. Diarbian with thrust enough to take hold of the ball. Marcos Diaz. And Dylan Borsell. it out of touch for a throw. Hoisting in behind, Hulyut gets onto it and cuts in. Laid off, Borso had a think, had a hit, and hammers it high. And that will be the final action of this first half. Borso, the window was open. He just waited a touch too long. The chance to draw level goes, and we head into the break with the score sitting at 3-2. We'll have first half highlights and stats later, but now you may have seen his name on the Charlotte FC roster or in the announcement for the MLS All-Star Game or even on the U.S. men's national team roster in this summer's Gold Cup. But you may have also been introduced to forward Patrick Agyemang in the 2023 MLS Next Pro season for Crown Legacy FC, where he scored 10 goals before being called up after only 11 matches to the senior side. Let's get to know Patrick and visit with him in the Queen City. Patrick Agyemang! Agyemang to ice it!
Thing is, I'm just a better driver than y'all. That's it. Simple as that.
It's my first time, so don't get it twisted.
My thing is, you know how to drive. You should be able to do it.
Pat_AGYY in the building.
You really Agyemang Hamilton is so corny. We just started saying like, yo, we're kind of like boys and not really like brothers anymore. It's like, y'all like my boys. Like we hang out all the time. We do things all the time, and it's not really like this is my brother. It's like, oh, these my dogs. You know what I'm saying?
You're like this. Oh nah. Look at my head, bro.
I just need the biggest helmet. The biggest helmet.
You might look goofier than me, though, right?
If we go to probably look the same.
Yeah.
I'm on cam. I'm on cam.
Yo, you need a 5XL with your noggin.
You wish.
Enoch is more outgoing. I feel like E-Man kind of likes to be relaxed, chill in the background a little bit sometimes, and when he's up for it, then he's out there, you know? I think I kind of mix and match my personalities off them as well. It's cool because when we're all together, like, we don't need anything. Like, you could just literally talk and we would just be laughing the whole time, and we would just like go outside and say one-on-one, let's go, like who's the best at what, and we would do that all the time. If I lose, I'm telling you, everyone knows, and if I win, everyone knows as well. But no matter what, we had each other's back, and we know we love each other, and that's the main thing.
I got scared for my life. Yo. Oh my gosh. Some of these guys are F1 racers, I feel like. Got me looking goofy, but it's okay. Practice makes perfect. Practice makes perfect. People don't know I was a winger though, for real, man. Like I used to dice you up. This guy right here, chopped him up so many times. Him too, same thing.
No, you didn't.
You know better, bro. You know better.
So we all played together growing up, of course. And 1v1.
You know better.
1v1. Every day of the week.
No,
I win.
The thing is, Pat, honestly, now I would say yes, because
No.
Now I would say it. Before, hand to your chest was good.
Bro, I don't know why people
That's
lie,
it.
man. It's not good to lie, man.
telling
Just
you.
be honest. Every day of the week.
It wasn't every day of the week. I remember when we played indoor in Oakland. I was locking
That was
you up.
one day,
I was
bro.
locking you up. Remember
I was
that?
tired.
No, you wasn't.
I had a headache.
You wasn't.
I had a
I'm
headache.
telling you, man.
I had a headache that day.
Mm-mm.
So it's
I remember it vividly too. I was locking you up.
My dad and my mom, they're Ghanaian, so ultimately they're strict. They want us to do the right things, but they're like our best friends as well. You know, they always wanted to make sure we were happy, and we never questioned our mom if she was gonna do something for us. Our dad, like, we knew if we needed something, they were gonna be the first to do it. I give them all praise because it's not easy. 3 of us brothers are 2 years older than me, and they had to take care of us constantly while working multiple jobs, while paying mortgage and all these things, while getting ready to pay for our school as well. And they never complained about it ever. Like, nah, they were just like, we know what you guys are gonna do for us. We want to make sure you guys are good. We want you guys to have a better life than we're having for you guys, and we always try to do as much as we can for them. As I started growing and like I got into like my teen years, there was a specific day, we were at a tournament, it was called like Nutmeg's tournament, and I was just like, yeah, this is what I want to do. Like I said, if I could do this forever, I'll do it forever, you know? So that's when I knew I wanted to play professional. But obviously as kids, everyone says they want to play professional. But I really knew, like, deep in my heart, I said, this is exactly what I want to do. High school, it was like crazy ups and downs. I didn't get varsity till my junior year of high school. And then I was like, shoot, this is actually hard. You know, like I was like, am I good enough? I'm like doubting myself. And it's just like, dang, am I behind? Like that's a big thing I kept saying. But I knew, you know, I always say like I had my faith and I trusted in the Lord that like as long as I continue having that faith, like all these things would come to pass. When it comes to college and the route to putting yourself out there, I had no idea how to do that. I only had 2 offers, and that was St. Joseph's and Eastern Connecticut. So I said, all right, I'll pick Eastern because I felt like that was where I wanted to go. I felt like that was the best suited for me. So I said, cool, committed. Now this is where the work starts, you know, this is where the journey goes. My sophomore year, his junior year, is probably one of my favorite soccer seasons. All we remember is just enjoying. It just felt like the team was such a close-knit, and I excelled, he excelled, the team excelled. For me, I think that was the kind of curve when I realized, Pat, you could actually do this. I realized like this isn't really like a dream anymore. It's more like this could be something that's attainable. And then boom, one day, we lived in the same suite at the time. He's getting ready to leave, and I get a phone call. And it's like the University of Rhode Island coach, and he just like told me like he's gonna offer me. And literally I transferred like a month after that to Rhode Island, and I struggled. I didn't want to be there that year. I wanted to come back home. Like I told him every day, I was like, bro, I don't think I can do this, you know. But I'm a guy that always say like keep going. My dad always tells me keep going. Mom says keep going no matter what. I just pushed through it and went into my junior year at Rhode Island, and I just exploded. Next thing you know, agent reached out. My agent now, he like, oh, you want to meet up for coffee? Of course. So we met up, and he just said, I think you have a chance for the combine. I said, the combine? Now I got to show who I am, and I was able to do so. Played well. Agent was like, Pat, I think you done it. I said, let's hope. I'm just praying, my family praying, everybody's praying. Draft day comes, and I just heard him say like a forward from road, and I put my head down, and I was just like, I can't believe it. Everyone's screaming, and it was surreal, man. Like to be in that position and realize like what I've done with all these people around me, and to be in that position to get drafted to potentially come as a professional soccer player, it was crazy, and I knew I would cherish that moment.
On the Queen City as Charlotte begin in their home blue and white. Agyemang and Milan lurking, whipped right in, consternation, and they do just that. Back on level terms, this time Charlotte.
Whenever my family comes in, like I always want to celebrate with them, and so I always point at them. I don't know if they pointed back, but yeah, those are my guys, man. Like those are my day ones, you know.
Zaha. Lovely reverse ball. Full time arrives. terms, a much needed victory for Charlotte. It was a blockbuster tonight at the bank.
You know, sometimes when you go into games, you just feel like it's gonna be a good day, and it's one of those where you love those moments because you know you're in flow state, and I feel like I was in that a lot last night, and obviously it showed in the game. Ma, what's up?
Not much, son, and you?
Yeah, not much. Yeah, you watch the game?
When I get home, I'm gonna take my time and watch the game. You don't know, yesterday I couldn't sleep. When they call one, I'm like, let me go upstairs, turn off the TV and go upstairs. Downstairs. And then I went to YouTube, I'm like, I watch a little bit.
This is my #1 supporter right here. Ma, look. Say hi.
Hello.
Okay, I'll call you after, okay?
Okay, my dear.
All right, love you. Yeah.
Happy, you are happy.
Thank you, ma. Love you. Yep, bye.
Este verano, el centro del fútbol mundial está aquí. Los mejores del mundo. El deporte mundial en tu propio rincón. 4 grandes eventos. Un verano como ningún otro. Para aprender más, visite mlssoccer.com/summer.
Este verano la Leagues Cup regresa más fuerte que nunca. Comenzamos con 36 clubes. En la primera fase, cada equipo jugará contra 3 equipos de la liga rival para determinar su posición en la fase de eliminación directa.
The 4 top-seeded clubs from each league will move on, ensuring interleague matchups all the way through the quarterfinals.
3 naciones, 2 ligas y un solo campeón. En Leagues Cup 2025,
it's dominance on the line.
Action.
The youngest MLS debutant, Kevin Sullivan. Luna. Yes! That is a banger! Absolute scorcher! Spectacular save from Dane St. Clair.
Back from the break, as it sits here at SeatGeek Stadium, 3-2 between New England Revolution 2 and Chicago Fire 2. An absolute barn burner in motion as we look back at what took place in the first half. And yeah, a lot of things happened, and it started quickly. Immediately, Cristiano Oliveira is able to get his side a nose in front. It comes not 30 seconds into the game. Pouncing on a careless giveaway from the back, Chicago Fire 2 at the back foot straight away, and they would be firmly planted there, I should say. Only moments later, this is in the 7th minute, a cutback cross that just sneaks beneath the legs of the goalkeeper, Patrick Stenyi. It was Malcolm Fry who supplied, and it's 2-0. All going the way of New England Revolution 2 up until this moment. Peter Soudan pushed from behind, penalty given, a lifeline as Chicago Fire get a chance to re-enter the game. It's Dylan Borso who drives home from the spot without much doubt. Got the deficit back to 1. Still work to do though at this moment from Chicago Fire 2. Harold Osorio closing the gap as Olu Oyagunle strikes with a firm blast into the side netting at this point, about midway through the first half. At 2-2, it looked like Chicago Fire 2 had every advantage and might go forward and recapture the lead, but not having that, Liam Butts as Demario McIntosh supplies a brilliant, tough to deal with cross at that difficult height. And you see all the numbers backing up what we're seeing unfold. Revs 2 have been the better side. They have been good for their lead. Chicago Fire 2 had been clinical given their opportunities, but 5 shots on target in a half. I don't care who you are at any level of the game. That is a high level of offensive output. 4 fouls called against New England Revolution 2, 3 against Chicago Fire 2, but no player has seen any kind of card or caution. The biggest decision from Deshaun Beard has been the penalty, as we take a look at the upcoming schedule from around the league, closing out this match week 18 on into the good part. This back end of the season on Wednesday, St. Louis City 2 put their historic winning streak on the line against a very capable Ventura County side. Then on Thursday, Tacoma Defiance and Real Monarchs, 2 of the best offensive sides in the league, will be engaged in that one. Then on into the Friday slate, you see plenty of good action. Columbus Crew 2 a chance to maybe get their season going the right way, as the case for Sporting Kansas City 2 against high-level opposition. Wrapping things up on Saturday, Philadelphia Union 2 and Crown Legacy FC will meet one another. Atlanta United 2 and Carolina Core for another go as well, bringing up the rear guard on that day. As for the here and now, we've got a captivating contest set to enter its second stage. Chicago Fire 2 and New England Revolution 2 were good for 5 goals combined in the first half. Offense has been the output. Both sides remain unchanged. Chicago Fire 2 pretty beat up through way of injury and departure of a couple players setting up to head out to either join up in the senior team or join up with college sides as the academic year closes and the summer starts to dwindle, as we are in motion again in half number 2. Once more, Peyton Geller here to take you through the breadth and width of the game. Gabe Dolan saw the game in his feet quite a bit in the first half. This time he defers to his goalkeeper. That's J.D. Gunn, who's given the ball away. And a heavy collision will draw a foul. It was Dean Bolts who went in a little bit too hard. Taken in tow by Malcolm Fry, who can't twist himself free. Away by Stenyi. Looks like it may have come off a hand, but just incidental contact, and it's back to Stenyi again. This time he plays the ball into a similar area. Hot on the heels, Vitaly Huliut. Fresh from the dressing room and ready to give it a go. Dolan once more picks his head up. Liam Butts settling first touch. And now Malcolm Fry goes down. It's waved off, but it might still be on. Demario McIntosh supplying into the area. It's ducked away from danger. And New England Revolution 2, similar to how they started the first half, a house of fire, applying some serious pressure in the home of the Fire. Cristiano Oliveira. Diarbian and Oliveira again. Dolan. Lucindan, Oliveira, and Liam Butts. There is swagger in the step of New England Revolution, too. Unmistakable tempo that they're playing with. What a ball. It just skids away as Liam Butts was arriving on the scene. Marcos Diaz, that magical ability to just take out a line or two of defenders. Here's a look at that chance as Butts found himself in the blind spot there in the channel. Diaz had done well to anticipate that run. Pass just slightly overhead. Peter Soudan. Chase Nagel. Oyegunle. And Harold Osorio. His pass is blotted out in the mid-park, intercepted high. Diarbian unable to wrangle. Now Chase Nagel. And this is Kanyane. Vitaly Hulyut. Shaping a ball wide. Soudan on the overlap. Hammered in, it's saved away. J.D. Gunn pounces and parries, it's a corner. That combination of Soudan and the stretching power of Borsell has been the best attacking avenue today for Chicago Fire, too, without their star man, Claudio Cassano. Typically would take these corner kicks, but not in the team today. Kanyane delivers, and that's a high claim, Mr. Stretch. J.D. Gunn goes to the top shelf to pluck it out of the sky. This is the highest level of excitement you really can expect to see. Been a very, very well competed contest. Dolan and Klein. And powered downfield by, looks like, Barry there. As Diarbian gave it a little bit of chase and has won the throw. Eric Klein. Javon Musindin. And Klein cuts himself free. You have to love how Liam Butts has got the autonomy to drift into the midfield, get that extra number in. Not on the same page there, though, was Malcolm Fry. And Kanyane is calm in the face of pressure. Hulyut exploding down the touchline. Oh, that's just fantastic. Silly stuff from Gabe Dolan. That is a center back, folks. Bit of a magic trick on the ball. And he paints with a fine brush in terms of the passing department as well. Clean in connection. Malcolm Fry spots the spare man. It's going to skid to the touchline. Diarbian's kept it on. Wonderful effort from him. And he is hammered down for all his effort. He's been picking on Peter Soudan all day, and Soudan stomped in with authority. And you see Diarbian, can't tell if it's a grimace or a smile. I think maybe a little bit of both. It's a free kick. It's a real chance to extend the lead. See at which heights and pace and whip that this is delivered into. Marcos Diaz, shorts, Oliveira, fancies a strike, it's blocked. A lunging effort from Trip Fleming. Denies the trajectory of a shot that looked like it was charting towards goal. Speculative ball in! Headed home! It is a magisterial delivery that sets up Liam Butts with a brace. New England Revolution, good for the goals. It's 4-2. What a cross. Liam Butts, a simple finish. And it's Malcolm Fry. He measured it with a ruler as it's a bounce pass up into the head of Liam Butts, who rams it home. New England Revolution 2, roaring here in the Windy City. 7 on the year now for the tip of the spear, Liam Butts. All of his goals had come in a stretch earlier this season in which he had 5 goals in 5 games between February and May. He has found the shooting touch here once more.
Revolution 2 goals scored by number 9, Liam Butts, in the 53rd minute.
Floated into a pocket of space and prodded along. Musindin does the smart thing, trying to get clear, but instead getting it out for a throw. Didn't quite get his foot all the way around it, has surrendered a corner. Well, Chicago have found themselves down by a pair already once today. Can they dig themselves out again? The excavation might start from this outswinging Harold Osorio corner. Into a dangerous area, but head-butted away by Oliveira. Osorio has another crack. Osorio's cross is smudged out for another corner. Here we go again without swing. And knocked off course. Kanyane at the touchline now. Dylan Borsell. Huljutz. Some fanciful skill to get away from the first wave of defenders, but unable to pick out Dylan Borsell. Oyegunle. Time enough to pick up his head. This has matched the highest goal output in any game this year for Revs 2 at 4 already. We're not even at the hour mark. Diarbian has had a hand in it. He's looking for more. Now Butts on a brace. Into the center for Fry. Late to arrive. Leaving his feet was Oyegunle, and he's won it. And it's out of play. It looks like there might be a couple of changes being prepared right now. Matkovic has seen enough. He will change the equation. Jason Shukaluk, who's been fighting an injury, he is set to come on for Dean Bolts, who failed to really find a foothold today. Also looks like David Chechow will be thrust in. Shukaluk has been one of the primary offensive outlets this year, taking a really big step in 2025. It was his goal last time out that really propelled Chicago to victory against Chattanooga.
Also leaving the match, number 28, Dean Bolts. Entering the match, number 71, David Chechow.
Most goals conceded by Chicago Fire 2 already in this game since April 20th. New England Revolution 2, and has been a highlight level performance. An exhibition of attacking play right Right as I say that, nearly a loose ball that gets away. It has been kept on though. Dolan. It nearly is intercepted. It just about is. Shook a look centrally. Chechel Huliets. It's blocked by Dolan. The two substitutes, immediate impact. They nearly fashion a chance to draw one back. It is a corner. Go to Sorio. And skips away in the box, down by Dylan Borso. Unable to swing away from Liam Butts, absorbed some contacts. And it's nothing more than a goal kick. Saw Diarbian, who was the one who was booked for the first penalty kick, bouncing up and down soon as the contact came in. Borso did go over a little bit lightly. McIntosh unable to keep his balance, and Borso losing a bit of that frustration. Called for the foul. Barry. His pass fails to find friendly feet, but it's kept by Diarbian. He comes together with Chechel. It's a free kick for New England. This portion of the match is brought to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois. A smash and grab type of game from New England Revolution 2, who scored two within inside the first 6 minutes. Saw that early lead revoked by Chicago Fire 2, who got it level at 2 apiece. This one has come straight off to Sean Beard and is right back in circulation. Revs 2 have scored 2 unanswered and looking for more. Diarbian. Now play is stopped. Looks like the flag maybe popped up for offside on Diarbian's run. Wasting no time, Chicago Fire 2. Chechel. Pivots one centrally. Huliets. Wide of him is Borso. Dylan Borso with runway. With the ball right into the center. Nearly got it back. And the point appears to be for a goal kick. Maybe actually a throw-in taken by Chicago. Osorio. Oyugunle. Kanyane. Huliets impacting the game in those central spaces in a big way now. And a swerving delivery that will just scoot beyond the reach. Peter Sudan. Gotta imagine over the next 15 minutes, Chicago Fire 2 will really commit some resources to the attack to try and see if they can't get one goal back. Put the pressure at the back of New England Revolution 2. Always got to be mindful after conceding to kind of stabilize the game. You don't want to get overextended straight away. But Fire 2 should have their balance back at this point, should be poised to really go. Looks like the officials want this throw-in to be taken from a little bit further back than where Peter Sudat initially re-entered the ball. Shukaluk showed an interest and wins another throw. Chechel. Settled by Sudan. Kanyane. And Borsell beaming into the box, slid away. Kanyane. Scraped out of touch by the captain, Marcos Diaz. As we led the broadcast by telling you, Fire 2, 9 games unbeaten. Now, they had lost some penalty shootouts in this stretch. One of them to New England Revolution, too, but nobody has taken them down over the course of 90 minutes. They've gained points from the last 9 games. Franchise best in their time in MLS Next Pro run of results. They have not come into this one with that same swashbuckling confidence, as New England Revolution 2 have been in command. Moved along with the outside of the boot. Now Borsell. Kanyane in front of him. With a bit of hesitation, now picks him out. Kanyane belts in across. Beyond the toes of Shukaluk. The numbers as they stand, and that advantage in terms of shots and shots on target continues to grow for New England as the goalkeeper has gone to his backside for Revs 2. JD Gunn, see if he's able to continue. Backup goalkeeper is Julian Chapman today. Didn't look like JD Gunn was particularly contacted or overextended in any meaningful way. He just went down on his own accord and is now stretching out. Julian Chapman has never played in MLS Next Pro. He's been the backup on several occasions, this now being the 6th, but really has only gotten the chance to understudy and watch. Question is now, is he going to be called upon as they stretch out first choice goalkeeper JD Gunn? He is back up to his feet. A 4-2 game has been played in pairs. 2 goals from New England, then 2 goals from Chicago, and then 2 more from the Revs. That is what defines the tie. We're moving again. JD Gunn will give it another go. High header won by Oyegunle. It's a fight for it in the center of the park. Osorio the one to win it, and now he picks out Hulyut, who twists free. Swung wide for Dylan Borsell. Shook a look in the middle. Borsell trying to disguise that ball into Kanyane. Advantage being played. Kanyane just gets away. Chechel taking aim and blasting wide. Did not miss by much. If JD Gunn was tight at all after his apparent injury, forced into action in that moment. As we get another good look, Chechel. It's a great touch to take it down with the outside of the boot, and then the technique matches that first moment. Just paved wide as Liam Butts is on approach in search of a hat trick. He's bounced from the ball. Jace Nagel, only 5'8", goes toe-to-toe with big Liam Butts, 6'1", 180, and wins that fight. Low man wins. Chechel. And Barry in the gap. Unable to pick out the oncoming runner was Malcolm Fry. Space on the other end now. Shook a look. Shifting wide for Dylan Borsell. Now on this near side and raising havoc. Returns it to the far flank. Che Chow is able to catch up. Not many men in the box. Che Chow not paying that fact much minds. Huliut. And Chase Nagel. And Oyugunle. On the attack, the ball moved into the center over the head of Shukaluk. It's a stabbing clearance. And onto it now. Kanyane. Once more it's cleared. Some agile defending at the back from Revs 2. Sudan! Hit hard. Not too much to handle from JD Gunn. As Peter Sudan with a pirouette put himself in a good shooting position. Looked up, saw himself without any defender in his immediate vicinity. And gave it a strike. There's a defender down. Looks like that's Barry. This portion of the match is brought to you by Buick GMC. "70 minutes gone. Chicago Fire 2 yet to really put their mark on the second half in any meaningful way. Liam Butts has scored the 2 most recent goals for Revolutions 2. Borsell unable to find himself free of the defender, Javon Musindin. Here's Musindin again. Osorio steaming along Chicago Fire 2. Che Chow electing to play backwards to Chase Nagel. Borsell, the game at his feet once more, and Huliut. Osorio. And on the attack, Marcos Diaz unleashing a ball wide. Shots coming in, it's saved away by Stenyi. Diarbion was the one who tested the gloves of the goalkeeper. And this time, Stenyi comes good. It's with Dylan Borsell, end-to-end stuff. Time to maybe go for broke a bit for Chicago. If you can get a goal back in the next 10 minutes, you'd be in good position to maybe, just maybe, salvage something here. We've seen how quickly the goals can come today, but to score 2 more in the final 10 minutes, that would be quite a feat to accomplish if you're the home side. Jason Shukaluk trying to organize the defensive structure behind him. Klein, a calming presence as he flies a ball into the feet of McIntosh. Able to bend free of Kanyane, and it appears it's a free tackle. That one may be less free. We've yet to see a name taken, and now we will see the first. Couldn't tell if the yellow card was shown to Kanyane or if it was shown to the oncoming McIntosh. Almost looked as if it was shown to Kanyane, but it will be a free kick for Chicago and a set of substitutions to come. Saw McIntosh just kind of strike out at the lower leg as the referee rushed to intervene. And that is the end of the line for several key contributors. It is McIntosh officially with the name taken.
Substitutions for New England Revolution 2.
Diarbion comes off, as well as Barry.
Gavork, Diarbion,
Armion was the architect of the second goal, his assist. Michael Sekulius will come on to replace him. About to get a little bit more clarity on the full picture of the substitutes injected into the contest by Richie Williams to try and shore things up. It is Joe Buck, younger brother of standout former New England Revolution player Noel Buck, coming on. We already told you about Sekulius, who joins up from the bench. Aaron Prachapati, the other one chosen to make his way into the game. Second appearance for Prachapati after making his debut last time out against Columbus Crew 2. Jay Chow. Regained by Huliuts. Sudan. And it's stabbed out of play. Prachapati with a strong first word in the contest. 15 minutes to the end of the line. Osorio flashes in a inspecting ball that's well beyond the reach of Jay Chow. Chicago Fire 2 have been the passenger so far in this game. New England Revolution to such an improved side over last year, where they finished dead bottom of the Eastern Conference, now above the playoff line and looking for maybe more security in their position in the table. Dolan has not put a foot wrong today. Advancing into the attacking half, he's cut down recklessly from behind. Shukaluk will see yellow, and he might be fortunate, that's all. Had chased Dolan all the way out from the back. And the way Dolan has played, that bit of aggressive tackling might have been the only way to stop him.
A yellow card has been issued to number 44, Chicago Fire 2.
Shukaluk maybe a bit relieved. It was a violent tackle. Shukaluk did keep his studs down. That might be his saving grace. And for a player that's played so well today, Gabe Dolan, unfortunate to see him struggling to continue. Swedish center back that's already made 13 appearances this year, second on the team in minutes. Has just been painting passes around all game. And he is back upright. There's a couple more changes set to be ushered in by Mike Matkovich. They done for Vitaly Huliuts. Joiner Montiel take up his spot in the mid-park. And it's Miguel Calle who will replace Genny Kanyane in the wide spaces, likely off the left.
Substitutions for Chicago in the 77th minute. Leaving the match, number 54, Genny Kanyane. Entering the match, number 46, Juan Miguel Calle. Also for Chicago, substitution leaving the match, number 68.
And we go again.
Vitaly Huliuts. Entering the match, number 49.
A lifted ball down the left-hand side. And it may have crossed into an illegal custody there as Liam Butts ruled offside. Oyagunle. There will be urgency in the stride of Chicago Fire 2. It's a bit of a dangerous pass that Osorio will clean up and tap dance away from trouble. Che Chow does get there ahead of Klein. Is there still something in this? Room for a cross. Turning it down is Peter Sudan. Chase Nagel charging forward Oyagunle. Miguel Calle. Calle getting away from Marcos Diaz. Sliding wide from Osorio. Fleming completes the triangle. Now at the touchline. Che Chow. Fleming in the channel. Lets it run, and Dolan once more there to deal with the danger. It skips away in the center, but nowhere near a position to get something to it with Jason Shukaluk. This portion of the match is brought to you by Allstate, and it is the decisive portion at that. Into the final 10 minutes now. Klein. A slow roller that does arrive at the feet. Prajapati. Joe Buck. And sprayed out of play. If you're going to lose the ball, if you're New England Revolution 2, that's how you want to. Chance to get all 11 back behind it. Fire 2, a team that have been quite deadly in transition this year. Nagel nudged ahead. Now Che Chow contested by Klein. It's Peter Sudan. With time and space, Trip Fleming. Orso and onto the wide space. Osorio. A long procession of passing Fleming. Shukaluk the backboard. Navigating through tight spaces. Wide for Sudan and Che Chow. Making Revolution 2 work. Ball into the box. And mishandled, a rare foot wrong from Gabe Dolan as this ball is out for a corner. Without their set piece maestro. Claudio Casano, Chicago Fire 2 have had less threat from these dead balls, but have scored one by the way of this man. Harold Osorio. That made it 2-2. Can he make it 3-4? Ball high, headed down. It nearly was a double for Olo Oyagunle. It skips up and over, and apparently it was helped there. It's another corner kick. Not sure if the referee has decided the goalkeeper got a touch, or if maybe a defender did as the ball was hit off the head. No matter now. Oliveira nods it away. Fire 2 looking for the lifeline. A second entry into the area. And quickly escorted away from danger. Sakulias and Diaz. Liam Butts. This will fall to his feet. Liam Butts looking for the hat trick, goes for goal, it's blocked. A bit of a tangle in the mid-park, it squirts free. Nagel takes it down. Kaye, Oyegunle, Chicago, a chance to move forward once more. They do it in one hit of the ball this time. Dolan is there and heads it back to his goalkeeper, who was falling down as it was hitting his direction, but regains himself in time to meet it. And Joe Buck spent much of the season early on this year. Joe Buck down with injury, got the chance to talk to him. Clearly a young man with his head on his shoulders, the correct orientation. Said he was sad to see his brother go as he made his move to San Jose Earthquake, but it was really good to have him around at the early portion of this season. Made his first start of the year, Joe Buck. The last game against Columbus, tapped for mop-up duty in this late stage to see if New England Revolution 2 can get a big victory and take home all 3 points. Their performance has certainly been good for it. Osorio. Fleming lost the handle. Assisted in that, though, by Joe Buck, who's called for the foul. And the referee's going to send Liam Butts out of the game as his number goes up on the board. His 2 goals separated the sides. He will not get a chance for the hat trick. Demorny Hutchinson, the one to see it out, the last change to be made by New England Revolution 2. Unmarked is Kaye, who curls in a cross. It falls. It finds the back of the net. Trip Fleming sticks it home. It's his figure that darkens the doorstep and puts Chicago Fire 2 back within touching distance. It's a bit of ingenuity that catches Revolution 2 just napping, and Trip Fleming will make this uncomfortable for the side with the lead down the stretch. Fleming scores again. It's his 5th of the year.
Fire, 2 goals scored by number 48, Trip Fleming.
And it could prove a big goal.
In the 85th minute.
Chicago Fire 2 trying to extend their unbeaten streak to double digits. It's a careless giveaway, though. Oyegunle. A sudden spurt of confidence, spurred on by this man, Miguel Kaye. His pass provided the pathway back for Fire 2. They've already dug themselves out, I should say, from 2 goals down in this game. That is breathtaking skill to split the defender, Sudan, and now Che Chow. And a cross in from deep. Up for it is Gunn, who meets the ball high. Shukaluk was the one waiting. We'll see how much stoppage time there is. Goalkeeper certainly taking everything allotted to him before dispatching long. Fleming flying one down for Borsell, who was unable to win the battle, at least the first blush, and now he's committed the foul. Musindin, the one who came in closed, and precious seconds will come off the clock after the foul was given. The knockdown to Fleming. Still bobbing about on this near touchline, and Kaye is going to be called for the foul now. Exactly what Revolution 2 would have wanted there. The maximum amount of time drained off with the minimum amount of risk with the ball dead. Buck unable to link up with Diaz. There is a raiding party on the near flank. Shook a look, and it's slid away by Musindin. The chances quickly revoked on the counter. An inspiring bit of defensive work from Javon Musindin. And it's a throw-in for Revs 2. Off the restart, Osorio. Fleming. Bourseau. Latching on at the far touchline, and now Bourseau in the middle. Left shy of Shook a look, and again it's Musindin making a big impact late. We are about to transgress over the 90-minute threshold. The board is being calculated. It will be 5 minutes of stoppage time. There could be dramatics in this final stage here on the big stage at SeatGeek Stadium.
5 minutes will be added to the second half. 5 minutes of stoppage time.
It spins free off the head. Flushed wide by Hutchinson. Marco Diaz will not be rushed as he wriggles away from 1, 2, 3. Marco Diaz. And Joe Buck. Musindin back for Buck, who's lost it and smartly rips down the oncoming Kaye. It will be a yellow card. It will be well worth it, as Musindin, the center back, was out of position, leaving the ball behind Buck. That is a heady play, and will not be one that is well welcomed by Fire 2 fans, but Buck making the absolute right decision. What they refer to as a professional foul. Hutchinson does so well to keep it on, expending every second as Fire 2 regain their grip. Trip Fleming, the one who reignited the interest. His goal made it 4-3 New England's. Osorio. And Nagel and Sudan. Jay Chow connecting the dots. Jordan Montiel. Rocking and rolling away from Oliveira. Nagel. Montiel again. Deflected on the way through. Montiel wanted a handball. Oh, what a touch from Nagel. Effortlessly evades the oncoming defender. It belongs to Fire 2. It's their game to chase. Oyegunle paving a pass wide into Dylan Bourseau. And Trip Fleming. It's slow and subtle progress. Fire 2 matriculating towards goal. All 10 outfield players inside the center circle. Fleming fires in a cross, and if that's the end product, it's not going to come for Chicago Fire 2 after a long, long sequence of build. Just too excited in the final moment, and overhit the final product. Sent skyward, it looks like it's been mishit. It does land at the feet, though, of Diaz, who wins a throw. It was 1-0 inside the first 30 seconds. It was 2-0 inside the first 10 for New England. Chicago Fire 2 got back on level terms. Revs 2 scored just ahead of halftime, then scored again. Fresh out of the break. And it's 4-3 as we stand now. Into the final minute. Can Chicago Fire 2 reverse the narrative in this final act and preserve their 9-match unbeaten run? Hutchinson to the corner. Has he won a corner? He has. Breath becoming shallow in this game for Chicago Fire 2. Revolution 2 have effectively killed it off in stoppage time. No real chances to report for Fire 2. It will be played short and engaged immediately in the corner. Hutchinson getting low. Taken from his toes. It's a throw-in for Revs 2. That could be it. Blocked out. And there goes the final whistle. Some pushing and shoving at the end. Agyemang doing well to separate things. On the day, though, it's New England that find the separation between them and their rival, Chicago Fire 2. It's 4 goals that win the day. And the Revs are right and ready for this back end of the Next Pro season as they get another victory in this good uptick in form. The man of the match for the game, none other than Liam Butts, whose 2 goals in the 37th and 53 become the determinant factor. The first was nothing more than a simple finish, and that would be the story of the second. But throughout the game, in the right positions to really do a striker's job. And it's his brace that delivers all 3 points for Revolution 2 on the road. Only the second time this year that somebody has beaten Fire 2 on their home patch. But as for now, and for our entire MLS Next Pro broadcast crew, I've been Peyton Keller, and once again, our final score, 4-3 New England, Revolution 2 take it. Don't forget, you can watch MLS Next Pro all season long at MLS Season Pass on Apple TV and MLSNextPro.com. Folks, we'll talk to you soon. Good afternoon.
This copyrighted broadcast of Major League Soccer may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Major League Soccer.